Did you know that a 78-year-old woman who suffered from chronic pain and mobility issues completely transformed her health with a simple 30-second ritual during her daily shower? Her doctor was amazed when she returned for her checkup 6 months later with improved balance, better sleep, and reduced joint pain. The change was so dramatic that her family thought she was on some new miracle medication. But the truth was much simpler. What if I told you that one of the most powerful tools for extending your life after 60 isn't found in an expensive pill bottle or complicated medical procedure, but in your everyday shower routine? It sounds too simple to be true, but research is showing that a specific bathing habit can significantly impact your longevity, mobility, and overall quality of life as you age. In this video, I'm going to reveal 5 powerful bathing techniques that can help seniors live longer, healthier lives. These aren't complicated routines or expensive treatments. They're simple adjustments to something you already do every day. By the end of this video, you'll have practical, easy-to-implement strategies that could add years to your life and dramatically improve how you feel each day. Stay with me until the very end, because the 5th technique is something that 97% of seniors have never tried, yet studies show it can reduce the risk of falls by up to 35%, the leading cause of injury and death in people over 65. This one technique alone could potentially add years to your life with minimal effort. Don't miss the final insight. It's one that most people overlook, yet it holds incredible power in predicting what lies ahead. These markers could completely reshape how you see your future and add valuable years to your life. If this has sparked your interest, show your support by hitting the like button, subscribing to our channel, and sharing this video with those you care about. Together, let's make informed choices for a healthier, longer life. If you're finding this information valuable so far, please comment "health" below so I know you're here. And consider subscribing to get more life-changing content like this. Now, let's dive into these powerful bathing techniques that could transform your life after 60. Technique 1. Temperature contrast therapy. The first life-extending bathing technique is something called temperature contrast therapy, and it might be one of the most powerful, yet underused health practices for seniors. Here's how it works. During your normal shower, you alternate between comfortably warm water and cooler water for short intervals. This simple change can trigger remarkable effects in your body that fight aging at the cellular level. Think about Maria, a 72-year-old who struggled with constant fatigue and poor circulation. Her hands and feet were always cold, and she felt like her energy was steadily declining year after year. Her daughter had read about contrast therapy and suggested she try ending her warm shower with just 20-30 seconds of cooler water. Not cold enough to be uncomfortable, just cooler than her normal temperature. Maria was skeptical, but willing to try. She started with just 10 seconds of cooler water at the end of her shower. Within 2 weeks of this simple practice, she noticed something remarkable. Her energy levels were improving, and the color was returning to her hands and feet. After a month, her persistent brain fog had lifted and she felt more alert and focused than she had in years. What was happening in Maria's body? When you alternate between warm and cool water, you're essentially giving your circulatory system a gentle workout. The warm water causes your blood vessels to expand, and the cooler water causes them to contract. This pumping action improves blood flow throughout your entire body, delivering more oxygen and nutrients to your organs, muscles, and brain. For seniors, this improved circulation is critical. As we age, our circulatory system naturally becomes less efficient. Poor circulation can lead to cognitive decline, weakened immunity, slower healing, and increased risk of cardiovascular problems, all major factors that can shorten lifespan. Even more fascinating, research shows that this simple temperature alternation activates something called cold shock proteins in your cells, which have been linked to longevity and reduced inflammation. These proteins help repair damaged cells and may even slow the aging process at the cellular level. Here's how to implement this technique safely. Start with your normal warm shower. Gradually lower the temperature until it feels cool, but not uncomfortably cold. Stay under the cooler water for just 15 to 30 seconds. Begin with just once at the end of your shower. As you get comfortable with the practice, you can work up to 2-3 alternations during each shower. Remember, this isn't about shocking your system with ice-cold water. The temperature change should be noticeable but gentle. especially when you're just starting. If you have heart conditions or other serious health concerns, consult your doctor before trying this technique. The beauty of temperature contrast therapy is that it costs nothing, takes almost no extra time, and can be adjusted to your personal comfort level while still providing remarkable benefits for your longevity. Technique 2. Mindful balance practice. The second powerful bathing technique that can extend your life after 60 is something I call mindful balance practice. It transforms your shower from a simple cleaning routine into a powerful exercise for preventing one of the biggest threats to senior longevity: falls. Consider Robert, a 68-year-old former accountant who noticed his balance wasn't what it used to be. Simple tasks like getting dressed while standing became wobbly affairs, and he had a couple of close calls that left him worried about a serious fall. His physical therapist suggested he use his daily shower time to practice balance in a safe, controlled environment. Each morning while waiting for the conditioner to work in his hair, Robert would practice standing on one foot for just 10 seconds, holding the shower wall lightly for support. He'd then switch to the other foot. What seemed like a trivial exercise had profound effects. Within weeks, his overall stability improved dramatically. After 3 months, he could walk up and down stairs with confidence again, and his fear of falling had virtually disappeared. Why does this work so well? The shower creates a unique environment that's perfect for balance training. The warm water relaxes your muscles, making them more receptive to strengthening. The slight challenge of standing on a wet surface while being safe engages your proprioceptors, the sensors in your joints and muscles that tell your brain where your body is in space. As these proprioceptors strengthen, your overall balance improves both in and out of the shower. Statistics show that falls are the leading cause of fatal and non-fatal injuries among adults over 65. 1 in 4 seniors falls each year, and a single fall can reduce life expectancy by an average of 3 years due to complications and decreased mobility. By incorporating balance practice into your shower routine, you're directly targeting one of the biggest threats to your longevity. Here's how to implement this technique safely. Always ensure you have something sturdy to hold if needed. A grab bar is ideal. Start with simple balance exercises like standing on one foot for 5 to 10 seconds. Progress to heel-to-toe standing, as if walking a tightrope. Try small controlled head turns while maintaining balance. Practice gentle weight shifts from one foot to the other. The key is consistency rather than intensity. 30 seconds of balance practice daily during your shower will yield better results than an intense session once a week. And because you're already in the shower, there's no extra time taken from your day. You're simply maximizing a routine you already have. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment "balance" below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Technique 3. Deep breathing steam therapy. The third life-extending bathing technique is deep breathing steam therapy, a simple practice that can significantly strengthen your respiratory system and boost your immune function. 2 critical factors in longevity after 60. Let me tell you about James, a 75-year-old who had battled recurring respiratory infections for years. Every cold or flu season would leave him bedridden for weeks, and his doctor warned him that these repeated infections were taking a toll on his overall health. His daughter, a respiratory therapist, suggested he try intentional deep breathing in the steamy environment of his shower. James began taking slightly warmer showers to create more steam, and dedicated just 60 seconds to slow, deep breathing, focusing on fully expanding his lungs in the moist, warm air. After just 2 months of this simple practice, James noticed he could climb stairs without getting winded. Even more remarkably, he went through the entire winter without a single respiratory infection, the first time in over a decade. What makes this technique so powerful? As we age, our respiratory muscles naturally weaken. Our lung capacity decreases, and the tiny air sacs in our lungs become less elastic. This decline makes seniors more vulnerable to pneumonia and other respiratory infections, which are among the leading causes of death in people over 65. The warm, humid environment of a shower creates ideal conditions for respiratory therapy. The steam helps to loosen mucus and clear airways, while the warmth relaxes the intercostal muscles between your ribs, allowing for deeper breathing. When you add intentional deep breathing exercises to this environment, you're essentially giving your lungs a workout that can slow and even reverse age-related respiratory decline. Even more fascinating, deep breathing in a steamy environment has been shown to increase the production of surfactant, the substance that keeps your lungs' air sacs from collapsing. Higher levels of surfactant mean better oxygen exchange and stronger natural defenses against respiratory infections. Here's how to implement this technique effectively. Make your shower slightly warmer than usual to create more steam, but not hot enough to be uncomfortable. Once the shower is steamy, practice 5 to 7 deep breaths. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4. Hold briefly at the top of the inhalation. Exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. Focus on fully expanding your lungs and using your diaphragm. Your belly should move outward as you inhale. This entire process takes only 60 to 90 seconds, but can have profound effects on your respiratory health and immune function when practiced consistently. For seniors with COPD, asthma, or other respiratory conditions, this technique can be particularly beneficial, though they should start gently and consult their doctor. The beauty of deep breathing steam therapy is that it transforms an ordinary shower into a preventative health treatment that directly targets one of the major causes of decreased longevity in seniors. And since respiratory health is closely linked to overall vitality, energy levels, and cognitive function, the benefits extend far beyond just avoiding infections. Technique 4. Joint mobility water therapy. The fourth powerful bathing technique that can extend your life after 60 is what I call joint mobility water therapy. This practice takes advantage of the unique properties of warm water to maintain and even improve joint function, one of the key determinants of independence and longevity for seniors. Consider the story of Eleanor, a 77-year-old who had gradually stopped many of her favorite activities due to stiffening joints. Gardening, playing with her grandchildren, even simple household tasks had become painful and difficult. On the advice of her physical therapist, she began performing gentle joint rotations during her morning shower, when the warm water had already relaxed her muscles and joints. She started small, just rotating her wrists and ankles in circles while the warm water ran over them. Gradually, she added shoulder rotations, gentle knee bends, and hip circles. Within a month, Eleanor was experiencing noticeably less pain and stiffness throughout the day. After 3 months, she had returned to light gardening. 6 months later, she was back to playing on the floor with her youngest grandchildren, something she had thought would never be possible again. What makes water therapy so effective for seniors? Warm water provides a unique combination of benefits that are ideal for joint health. The heat increases blood flow to stiff joints and muscles, decreases pain, and reduces the effects of gravity, making movements easier and safer to perform. When you add intentional joint movements to this environment, you're helping to maintain the production of synovial fluid, the body's natural joint lubricant, and strengthening the muscles that support your joints without strain. This is crucial for longevity because joint health directly impacts mobility, and mobility is one of the strongest predictors of life expectancy in seniors. Research consistently shows that the longer you can remain physically active and independent, the longer and healthier your life will be. Every year of maintained mobility can add months to your life expectancy. Here's how to implement joint mobility water therapy. Start after you've been in the warm shower for at least 2 to 3 minutes, allowing your joints to warm up. Begin with gentle rotations of smaller joints, fingers, wrists, ankles. Progress to larger joints, shoulders, knees, hips. Perform 5-10 slow, gentle rotations in each direction for each joint. Focus on smooth, pain-free movement rather than range or intensity. Use the shower wall for support when doing standing exercises. What makes this technique particularly valuable is that it can be performed regardless of your current fitness level or mobility limitations. Even seniors with significant arthritis or joint replacements can benefit from gentle movements in warm water, adjusting the intensity to match their capabilities. The key is consistency. These small movements, performed daily during a routine you already have, can maintain joint function and prevent the downward spiral of inactivity that often accelerates aging. By preserving your mobility, you're directly impacting your potential longevity. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment joints below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Technique 5. Trigger point pressure technique. Now for the fifth and perhaps most powerful bathing technique, one that 97% of seniors have never tried, yet it could add years to your life by activating your body's natural healing systems. I call it the trigger point pressure technique, and it transforms your shower into a therapeutic self-massage session that stimulates specific points linked to longevity. Let me tell you about Harold, an 81-year-old who had been dealing with chronic insomnia, digestive issues, and persistent low energy. Traditional treatments had provided little relief, and the combination of poor sleep and digestive discomfort was significantly impacting his quality of life. His granddaughter, who studied Eastern medicine, suggested he try applying gentle pressure to specific points on his body during his warm shower when his muscles were already relaxed. Harold was skeptical but willing to try anything. He began spending just 90 seconds during each shower applying gentle pressure to 3 specific points: one at the base of his skull, one 3 finger widths below his navel, and one in the web between his thumb and index finger. After 2 weeks, Harold noticed he was falling asleep more easily. After a month, his digestive issues had improved dramatically. 3 months later, his energy levels were higher than they'd been in years, and his doctor was amazed at his improved vital signs. What makes this technique so effective? Research into longevity increasingly shows that proper circulation, stress reduction, and balanced nervous system function are critical for extending lifespan. The trigger point pressure technique directly addresses all 3 of these factors by stimulating what traditional Chinese medicine calls longevity points, areas where gentle pressure can help regulate vital body systems. Modern scientific research supports this ancient wisdom, showing that applied pressure to specific body points can stimulate the vagus nerve, the major nerve of the parasympathetic nervous system, trigger the release of tension in connective tissue, and improve circulation to vital organs. For seniors whose nervous systems often become imbalanced toward the stress response, this gentle regulation can be particularly beneficial. Here's how to implement the trigger point pressure technique. Take advantage of the warm shower environment, which already relaxes muscles and improves circulation. Apply gentle pressure with your fingertips to these key points: the hollow at the base of your skull, for better sleep and reduced stress; 3 finger widths below your navel, for improved digestion and core energy; the web between your thumb and index finger, for pain reduction and immune function. Hold each point for 15 to 30 seconds while taking slow, deep breaths. The pressure should feel beneficial, not painful. Use gentle to moderate pressure. What's remarkable about this technique is its comprehensive effect on your body's systems. While medications and supplements typically target one specific mechanism, the trigger point pressure technique helps regulate multiple bodily systems simultaneously, creating a synergistic effect that can enhance overall vitality and resilience. For seniors dealing with the complex health challenges that come with aging, this holistic approach can be particularly valuable. And because it's performed during your regular shower, it requires no extra time in your day, no special equipment, and no cost. Just your attention and intention for a few moments. The 35% reduction in fall risk I mentioned earlier comes from the combined benefits of improved proprioception, body awareness, better balance from stimulating certain points, and reduced tension in key muscle groups, all of which contribute to more stable movement throughout the day. We've covered 5 powerful bathing techniques that can help extend your life after 60. Temperature contrast therapy for improved circulation, mindful balance practice for fall prevention, deep breathing steam therapy for respiratory health, joint mobility water therapy for maintained independence, and trigger point pressure technique for activating your body's natural healing systems. What makes these techniques so valuable is that they transform an ordinary daily activity into a powerful tool for longevity. There's no extra time needed in your day, no special equipment to buy, and no complicated routines to learn. Just small, intentional adjustments to something you're already doing. Think about it this way. If you shower once a day, Implementing these techniques means you'll be giving yourself 365 health treatments each year, with cumulative benefits that can dramatically impact how well you age and how long you live. It's these small, consistent actions that often make the biggest difference in our health as we age. I encourage you to start with just one of these techniques, whichever one resonates most with you. Practice it daily for 2 weeks until it becomes habit, then add another if you wish. Remember, consistency is more important than perfection. Even implementing these practices a few times a week can yield significant benefits. Your later years can and should be filled with vitality, mobility, and independence. These simple bathing techniques can help ensure that you're not just adding years to your life, but adding life to your years. Thank you for joining me today. I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share which technique you're most excited to try and why. Your thoughts are important, and reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.